episode 259. Thank you all for listening to episode 258. Buy me some peanuts and cactus, Jack. I am Mantis Toboggan, MD, here with my co-host.
Can't make a PGA cut bear.
Yeah, dude, it was a rough week. I finally missed my first cut too.
Yeah, it's been a rough week for the last about 4 weeks for me in golf, and that should be my sport, but not great.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. But that's why we do what we do. We got it every week. We got the rest of the year to do this, so we've got plenty of time.
That's right.
So while we wait for Mr. Late himself, Cody, I'm a late bitch, Bryant. We'll just thank our sponsors. So thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on the Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, first and primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Visit Brandon, allwearclothing.com. He can help you with all your clothing needs. We've got NWO logo hoodies coming with OTL on it, of course. Looking forward to those. I don't know when they're going to be here. I should follow up with him and find out. But if you want hoodies, if you want coats, if you want shirts, if you want polos, if you want flags, anything like that, he can help you out. Mention Over the Line Sports Podcast. He will hook you up with a deal. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. He serves the Toledo and surrounding areas and not.
Daytona Beach, Florida.
I love it. Daytona. It's a big week this week. Got the 500. Got qualifying on right now. Old Kyle Busch himself won the race yesterday. We'll get into that. But we'll continue on. Sean is doing a lot of plowing right now. There's a lot of snow been hitting up here in the old Toledo area, and hasn't stopped. We got some more snow today. He's out there doing his work. He's getting the plowing done. Get in touch with him, 419-704-5471. And last but not least, thank you to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
You need to reach out to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com. You don't want to be late to the party getting the ladies, getting the guys, getting whatever you like, because Connell Barrett won't discriminate against your sex. He will hook you up. If you need confidence at all, you make sure that you reach out to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com. He will get you what you need. He will do that consultation online, whether that's Zoom, Microsoft Teams. He could even do FaceTime. Anything to get you going there, not in person, but video chat, he will make happen. So you just got to get to datingtransformation.com. Make sure you reach out to Connell Barrett, get yourself some of that confidence, and also be looking out for his book. Pre-orders are available the 15th. That would be this upcoming Monday on Amazon. Dating Sucks, but you don't. Make sure you look it up and get yourself a pre-ordered copy. You'll see that book rolling out around mid-May.
Like you said, man, Amazon that pre-order, it just started. It starts what? The Monday.
Yep,
that's what you
15th.
said, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
So day after you don't have a date, that those losers that aren't on this podcast don't have a date, like Parrott himself. That's why he's not on the show. He doesn't want to promote what it's like. He'll be getting the book. He's got it on pre-order. He can't get it soon enough. He's not going to have a date this year, but we all do. He won't. But next year, you know what? He's going to have a date because he's going to read that book.
You better. You don't want to keep dating his right hand.
Or his left. He's left-handed. So
usually the left would be never mind.
Yeah, it's cheat.
Right to be a blind date.
Yeah, that's right. Joe, no, look, he's here himself, the warthog. So welcome.
Better than the hedgehog.
Yeah, no shit. Old Sonic himself. Thanks for joining, Cody Bryant. So I guess we can get into all the fun that we've been missing out on. And I should just I don't even know. Does it limit me? Ain't that about a bitch? It's all right. I'll add it to it anyway, so we can add 5 minutes to this. So we got to get into the Super Bowl. Tom Brady himself and his defense, Todd Bowles, the MVP, should be maybe the refs, depending on who you talk to. They play, people are arguing about the refs, but they pretty much handed it to him, 31-9. It's the worst game Mahomes had in his career. He ran. I saw that stat. I don't know if you saw that. The defense made him run 500 yards in that game.
Yep.
My God. It was a good game. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't want to say I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they laid an egg out there. But that defense, man, looked tough. And they came out there. They only blitzed, what did I see, 4 times? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They just always had the pressure on. And they shut down, for the most part, unlike the other game before. Tyreek Hill, man, shut him down. They were double up on him the entire time.
I mean, they ran, they ran two safeties and a two deep safety look the entire time, and Tyreek couldn't get past him. For whatever reason, I would have figured after, halftime, they would have made the adjustment, realizing, hey, Todd Bowles is playing two deep safety, and we can't get Tyreek past him. So maybe we try to run him underneath more, or maybe we try to run in the backfield. I'm surprised that Andy Reid didn't make those adjustments. He got out coached again, man. And everyone thought last year was his breakthrough, and he was just going to go and rip through. And I mean, he absolutely got shut down by Todd Bowles.
Oh, dude, insane.
Bruce Arians, and his staff. You gotta give him credit. And
you think his we know he got out coached, but do you think he had a lot on his mind with his dumbass kid during the week?
Yeah, that didn't help. I mean, that definitely didn't help. But the game plan you've had for 2 weeks, that's not going to change 2 or 3 days before the Super Bowl. So it's a distraction, but at the end of the day, it doesn't take away from the fact that, they came out and they wanted to do literally the same exact thing they did week 12 or 13 whenever they played, and it didn't work. And Tampa's the one that made the adjustment. Again, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Brady isn't the best or whatever, but I mean, again, look at his stats, man. He threw for like 220 yards.
Yeah, he didn't have to throw for shit.
Yeah, Fournette and Ronald Jones played well. Obviously, the defense stuck. They played well. Now
that first half he did pretty well. He was 16 for 20, about 180. He didn't have to do shit after that.
Yeah, he didn't really do much after that.
And I got to give him credit. The defense, of course, got him into that opportunity. He looked good. Like, those passes were tight, and he called out. We can get into Tyron later, but that was just nuts, man. I mean, he looked good, but that's his game, man. The Super Bowl is his fucking time. But the defense is what won that shit.
Yeah, you got to think,
gotten them through the playoffs.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Ever since they lost to Kansas City, they didn't lose another game after that. So they got embarrassed. They got embarrassed by New Orleans. I think they barely snuck by Atlanta or something like that, and then they lost to Kansas City. And I mean, for the most part, got embarrassed. Obviously, they scored a couple garbage touchdowns in the second half.
The end.
But I mean, after that, they didn't lose a game. Did not lose a game.
It was 8-0.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due, and that coaching staff was absolutely phenomenal. And they just have it, Byron Leftwich, it took them, but they finally figured it out. And, like you said, they just beat Todd. Pretty much what happened there is Todd Bowles, he shut down Eric Bieniemy is exactly what happened there. He did what he needed to do. And when Mahomes, and I felt bad because people were trying to like talk shit and blame this on Mahomes. Mahomes made every play possible, and his receivers just went stone.
Oh, dude. No one did you see that fucking video?
Yeah,
see that video of the people just making fun of it, like, this is what it was like, and like Mahomes will get out of it, throw it, and it bounces off the fucking guy's helmet or just shit like that.
I mean, this dude's diving, flicking his wrist, throwing the ball 35 yards, about touching the ground, getting tripped up right into his tight end, the dude, the most sure-handed dude on the team's hands, dropping it in the end zone. Like, it was unbelievable. His offense did not help him out at all. His offensive line was injured. Obviously, they weren't there. So credit Tampa for putting together the absolute perfect game plan for what they needed to do. And Shaq Barrett and Devin White, man, I got to give a little bit of credit to Ndamukong Suh too. He kept getting in there, but it was constant pressure on Mahomes. And Mahomes, every time he finally got out of that or did something, his receivers didn't help him out. If his receivers made some catches, it would have been a much different game. But on the story of the refs, there were some bad calls in there.
It wasn't the refs.
No doubt in my mind. But
they had one bad call. That was it. It wasn't the refs. It was the fact that
I think we all will agree here.
What was the bad call? Because that's a terrible take. What's the bad call? The one bad call.
There was one bad call, and it was that pass interference when it was incidental contact. If anything,
Mike Evans.
Yeah, that should have been. That was the only bad call, and they called it pass interference. And if anything, it could have been illegal contact or something. I mean, it's still a first down, but it wasn't a pass interference.
It wasn't illegal contact. I mean,
bad call.
guys, the rule is if feet get tangled up, feet get tangled up. I mean, he didn't trip
Yeah,
him.
that was the only bad call because their feet got tangled up. Besides that, they got pressure with 4 linemen. That's the biggest thing. Todd Bowles figured out a way, and that defensive line figured out a way to get pressure with 4 linemen. When you can get pressure with 4 linemen, you're not going to lose a game, period. It don't matter who you're playing.
Yeah.
Jason Pierre-Paul, Ndamukong Suh, like all 4 of those guys were in that backfield damn near every snap. They went cover 2 on Tyreek Hill. When they started going underneath to Kelsey, they went cover 4. There wasn't a down. There weren't many downs where Kelsey or Tyreek Hill weren't double teamed when they got out in when they were running their routes. And when it's a lot easier to do that when you got 4 guys rushing and getting to the quarterback. I mean, Todd Bowles coached his ass off. Him and Byron Leftwich, matter of fact.
Yeah, they did. And
to take a 43, Byron Leftwich took a 43-year-old quarterback and that basically played the playoffs like the last quarterback they had. Like Tom Brady looked like Jameis the majority of the playoffs. And they won the Super Bowl.
Until it came to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he didn't have to do shit in the second half. He did Tom Brady things in the first, and then give Fournette the ball, feed that fucking man, and he had the best. I mean, the playoffs was completely different for Fournette than the regular season was. He played his fucking ass off in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He averaged almost 6 a carry. Insane. And then, and the big thing was they all became a team, and now they all want to be back together. Every single one of them wants to fucking be there.
Well, yeah, when you taste victory.
Yeah.
That's what happens. It's funny
what first year they all got together too.
Yeah, no shit.
It's funny. Nuts. It's funny what winning does to you, and you get all these other greedy motherfuckers out there who just want to get paid. And you already got Mike Evans saying,
and these guys all said,
I'll take. Yeah, Mike Evans already saying, I'll take whatever salary cut you need to keep
told it to Bruce. Together. Yeah, told it to Coach. He wants to keep everybody there.
Which, I mean, that'll be fine. They can go ahead and do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they go one more year and then it breaks up after that. Because if Bowles has another year like he did, he'll get another head coaching job.
Jets are pissed.
You should already had another one.
And the Jets are already pissed.
Way.
Same with Leftwich.
Neither one of them got an interview. How bullshit is that? Neither one of them got an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the way that they recycle head coaches in that league, Todd Bowles didn't get an interview. He won more games he did in 2 years than Adam Gase did that whole time he was there. Gase was there, 3 years?
Gase could have been there. Gase could have been there 2 more years, and he still wouldn't have won as many as Bowles.
Right.
But they pull him out of town because the Jets can't draft worth a damn. So and they're the Jets.
Well, I did like
head coach.
Well, but to speak of that, I did like Ryan Clark's take and then his tweet out. Thank Bruce Arians for showing the world that all 3 of your coordinators can be black, your assistant head coach can be black, and you have 2 full-time women coaches and be the best team in the world. BA, you're a trailblazer. Leadership doesn't have a look.
Yeah.
Bruce Arians, he's been doing that.
Yeah.
He did that in Arizona too. All right, he did that in Arizona too and got to a Super Bowl.
And he's the oldest motherfucker to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. Arians has always done that. And that's the thing though. He just sees winners. That's all he cares about. I'm going to find the best staff who's going to win. Unlike, unfortunately, most of the other teams in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, it's a fact, and Bruce Arians is going to do that, and he's that dude, and he's going to stay doing that as that dude. So, like I said, there could be success there for Tampa going next year. I still think people will figure him out. Still, their defense, as they rolled, their defense is vulnerable to give that up. If they can't get pressure, that their safeties and their corners aren't that great. But when you can get pressure with that front 7 that they have, I mean, just as Cody said, that's going to win you pretty much every ball game. There's no doubt about that. So going into next year, like I said, it should be good. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody saw coming what happened. I don't think anyone saw Tampa dominating. I think people could have thought Tampa could have pulled it out late or a good close game. I don't think anybody predicted a Tampa Bay blowout. And if they did, they were drunk.
Yeah, same thing. Like Ohio State blowing out Clemson. Nobody saw that shit. And
not at all.
And the one thing I saw that I thought was crazy: first player in NFL history to win a Super Bowl in 3 different decades. Brady. It's crazy. Another fucking crazy stat. Like, just some of these things were nuts. And then one thing that, and the respect they all had and the admiration they all had around, like Travis Kelce, I had a feeling you'd figure it out. Congrats on 7. It's just respect. And then, Mahomes and him going back and forth, like Mahomes saying, "You're a legend. Congrats, man." And he said, "You're a stud, bro." I mean, it's just all respect. They respect each other. Brady knows that fucking Mahomes is going to be the guy for years to come. But I mean, we always talk about Herbert's coming up. We'll see how he does when they get a team around him. And there's other guys that we'll see. But we did see. Go ahead. You going to say something, Bear?
No, I was agreeing with you.
The other thing there is like the NFL awards. I found this fun based on recruiting and everything else. So the offensive rookie of the year was Herbert. In 2016, he was the number 659th national athlete, number 26 pro-style quarterback going into college. By the way, this is recruiting into college. The defensive rookie of the year was Chase Young. He was number 7 national, number 2 DN, so, standard. Offensive player of the year, Derrick Henry. 2013, he was number 12 national player, number 1 athlete. Aaron Donald, defensive player of the year, which, I know a lot of people are like, should he have got it or should somebody else? He was
don't get it.
Everyone was saying TJ Watt. They're like, they said he had better dude, go back through and look at the main stats. And that was the big thing. It was hilarious because they talked about the stats and they're like, you're comparing an outside linebacker to an interior defensive tackle, and the stats are literally like it was like 4 or 5 off of every single one. They're like, if Aaron Donald played outside linebacker
every snap.
Yeah, they said if Aaron Donald played outside linebacker, they said he would absolutely just dominate the numbers that TJ Watt put up.
Exactly. So Aaron Donald was 353rd national player, and he was number 30 defensive tackle going into college, and he went to Pitt. Aaron Rodgers, 2003, number 53rd national player, number 2 pro quarterback. Tom Brady, not applicable. So just fucking nuts. Shit like that is crazy. But, congrats to him. 7 Super Bowls, more than any team in NFL history. One guy has 7. The next team has 6, which is New England, which – every Super Bowl he won before, they only have a Super Bowl with Tom Brady. That's the reason they have Super Bowls. Steelers are the other team with 6.
Like I said, you got to think one dude has more Super Bowls than every franchise in the NFL,
which is insane.
One dude. That's nuts.
Unbelievable.
I think the other one, I think Charles Haley has 5?
Yeah, because he won with San Fran and Dallas. Yep.
Yeah. And he was the most, obviously, before Brady, but it's unbelievable.
Wait,
I think.
Does he have 4? I think it's 4.
Charles Haley?
Yeah, he has 3 with Dallas and 1 with San Fran, and it was all in a row. He might have 5. Who else would he have won with, though? San Fran before?
I think so.
Because they won between Dallas' Super Bowls.
Yeah, I think he went San Fran, Dallas, back to San Fran.
But San Fran only won 1 in between of 3 Dallas Super Bowls. I'm going to check that out while we're talking.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw either on Twitter today. Tampa had their parade, and old Brady was absolutely hammered.
Shock.
They were getting him off the boat, and Gronk was holding him up, getting off the boat.
He's a 5-time Super Bowl champ.
Yeah. He won the Niners from 86
He won 2 with the Niners. Yep, 2 with the Niners before, then 3 with Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. So he's got 5.
Is he not in the Hall of Fame?
And then Brady has 7. That's it. That's what's nuts. That's Charles Haley, he's got to be in the Hall.
And the thing, there's only one other person that played as long as Tom Brady, though. Like, Tom Brady's 43 years old.
Okay. 2015 he was.
Like, nobody else has played that long. that consistent.
Right.
Oh yeah, 21 years, and 20 of them he's
That
been a starter,
consistent.
right? Or 21, yeah. And I mean, this
Yeah.
year, what blew me away, a stat I saw, and granted, stats are stats, but this is only the third time in his career he's thrown more than 40 touchdowns in the regular season. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like his prime. I mean, the best years of his career, like he didn't win a Super Bowl. That's the crazy part.
right.
Like, I mean, it was, an 8, 9 year stretch or whatever where Tom Brady was that dude. He's throwing 25, 30 touchdowns a year with less than 10 interceptions.
That's big. And then,
And
and then when he won in
didn't win one.
2019, his best fucking wide receiver is a fucking quarterback from Kent State. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just,
what I mean. Like,
he was still doing that shit.
yeah. Or his running back was doing stand-up comedy the season before he got signed. Like that's easily the best running back he's ever had.
That's just fucking nuts. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got a long off season ahead. It was good. It was fine. Lowest ratings since it's been a while. Like lowest ratings under 100 million. I think it's at 97 million. Low ratings is what I think lowest one since Colts Bears. The last time it was that low. So,
which doesn't make any sense. So,
yeah. But again, the national championship this year was lower than the fucking previous round, and that was the lowest national championship game in Ohio State, Alabama. It's got to be. It's something else.
Who knows how they, like you said, with all the streaming platforms and everything now. I mean, yeah.
And Nielsen, I'm like, there's got to be some bullshit here. It's got to be fucking more. They're missing something.
I'm sure
there's a
there's
whole panorama going on right now too.
Yeah, it's true.
And you got to think too, the majority of people that actually watch the Super Bowl, I mean, you got to think the extra people that watch a Super Bowl, they're for what? The commercials and the halftime show. And now it's to the point where, they're showing commercials on YouTube and everywhere else before the Super Bowl even happens. And then you have
I didn't win that million,
show.
by the way. I didn't guess the right number of bottles in that Mountain Dew commercial.
I didn't even know that. What are you talking about?
The one commercial that Cena was in, they put a thing out there like on Twitter, and that's where I noticed it. If you guess the right number of bottles in the commercial, the first one to do it, you may win $1 million. So I tweeted it right away. I just threw out a fucking number. I put out 2,721. That's the date of the Super Bowl. So I was like, it's got to be something stupid like that, maybe. So I didn't win. I'm still here. No $1 million in my bank. Is what it is. Fuck it. So as we move on, and of course I don't fucking have it up yet. We got golf this past week. Bear, what happened in golf?
Yeah, that was actually pretty awesome. Being on before the Super Bowl. Sunday or Saturday into Sunday, man, was just absolutely nuts. So Saturday for the tournament, Spieth ended up shooting, I think 64 or something like that. Had just an absolutely awesome tournament until Sunday when he shot like 4 over. But Brooks Koepka, man, came from nowhere on Sunday and came back and ended up winning this tournament, which was absolutely awesome. I mean, there were just guys making shot after shot, and going from 16, and there were some fans there. I think they said there was only 5,000 a day that could be there, so it's pretty cool to have at least some fans.
Right.
But going from 16, the par 3, short par 3 that they still had a little bit of cheering on. And then even off to 17, the drivable par 3 or the drivable par 5 or 4, excuse me. There was just so much drama. Brooks on 17 was down by 1, I think. And he drove it just right of the green, ended up chipping it in for eagle and going on to win. I think he ended up birdieing 18 as well. And he ended up winning by 1. But yeah, it was absolutely awesome tournament. I couldn't keep my eyes off it there for about the last hour. That was, I think, the most golf I've watched all year so far up to that point. But now with football over, I'll be able to watch some more and get some more. And yeah, it was an absolutely awesome tournament. So Brooks is back. That surgery isn't affecting him anymore. So good for him. And it's nice to see him back. And they got these guys, they got these big guys rolling again, right about time for, right about time for all the majors coming down the pipe here. And then, so this week they
Well,
are.
before you go into that, hold on.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say 3 of us missed cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Dub and me and you. I had Chris Kirk, Ricky Fowler, Daniel Berger all missed the cut. Cody Bryant, though, Hideki Matsuyama, 42nd. And old fucking Parrot himself with the 13 again. So when he picks, he's in the top 16. When he doesn't pick, he gets a missed cut. So he's still in the lead. 29.6 average. I'm next, 41. Bear 56.4. Dub 58.6. Cody Bryant 59.6. So Parrot is probably working, but I'll have his pick in before tomorrow, so not worried about that. And I guess I would be next. So my pick. Well, I'll let you talk about the course. I apologize, and then I'll give my pick.
Yeah. So this week they're at the Pebble Beach, AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. So they play 3 courses: Pebble Beach, Monterey, and Spyglass. To my knowledge, there will be celebrities there playing like there usually are. So they're always paired up, but obviously the golfers still play their own score. But I'm pretty sure I saw that there will be celebrities there playing as well. So pretty cool. This is always a fun tournament. It's usually just at this time, the week after the Super Bowl, give you something to watch, get you some celebrities on TV, get you some good golf. Dustin Johnson did withdraw early from this tournament. Did not state what it was, whether it was COVID or injury. Cocaine. Too much sex with Paulina. I don't know what it is, but he is not playing this week, so don't pick him. Unless it's Parrot, he can certainly pick him and waste Dustin, and I won't care. So, like I said, should be a pretty good tournament. Very interesting, always a good one. But being able to play three courses, but always seeing Pebble is one of the most one of the prettiest courses that you can watch. A lot of great scenery there in Southern California.
Oh yeah. So this week, I'm going to take a guy who's been playing very well. He's in the last last 4 tournaments last 5 tournaments is 52nd, and he his first actual tournament was here years ago. But Will Zalatoris, young guy, not many people know of him. I know you do, Bear, but many people do not. Yeah, he's playing very well.
Tall, skinny fucker.
Yeah, 6'2", about $150 if he's lucky.
$150. Yeah, if he's soaking wet.
He's got to dance to get wet in the shower. It's
got to run around.
Right. So he's playing very well. 17th last week, 7th the week before. He finished 5th at the Shriners Hospital for Children Open. Again, playing very well. Worst round he had was a 73 in the last 5 tournaments. So you think about that. That is, he's made the cut every time. That's 20 rounds. His worst round is a 73. Playing pretty damn well. Yep,
that's a great pick. I'm going to go with Kevin Streelman this week, so I probably just jinxed him, but he has 3 straight top 10 at Beach. So, I'm pretty positive that he should miss the cut now this week. But, I mean, this dude's a lock for a top 10 here the last 3 years, and I even think 4 years ago he was top 20. So, it's just –
So he'll probably be in the top 10 and after we withdraw with a broken back or some shit.
Yeah. He knows this course. He's played this course well. So hopefully he can get me off the frickin' schneid here and can get a non-missed cut for once.
It'll be interesting. Cody Bryant, what do you got?
Jason Day.
All right.
Also has good history at this course. I think he's been in the top 10 the last 3 years as well.
Hey, well, fuck stick. You picked Jason Day 2 weeks ago.
Oh, did I? Oh shit! You can't redeem yourself this time. Oh well.
Man, he's made 4 picks this year and tried to pick Jason Day again.
Yeah. All right. Patrick Cantlay.
All right, that's a good pick.
Yeah,
I think he's the favorite this week.
Yeah, with DJ withdrawing, he's the new favorite this week.
Not surprised. So we'll see how that goes. I've already used all our overtime time, but that's okay. We still got stuff to do. NASCAR qualifying is on right now. Kyle Busch won the chase last night because Chase Elliott and Ryan, thank you. What did I say?
The chase.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney.
Chase.
Yeah.
Chase and Chasen.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott got into it in the clash. in the last turn. They raced down the road course at Daytona, and Kyle Busch ended up just driving by and basically a drag race to the finish and won the Clash. And right now we've got the 500 qualifying is on. There's still several guys to go, but Byron right now is on the pole and Bubba Wallace is second. Remember, the guys that finish 1 and 2 are the only ones that are in those starting spots for the Daytona 500. And then they start obviously first in each of the duels. And then the lineup is set by the duels. So we got a nice surprise next week. We're going to be, I know this week, we haven't talked much about it yet, but we're going to cover Buster Douglas this week. Next week is the day of the show is the 20th anniversary of the death of Dale Earnhardt. We're going to cover Dale Earnhardt next week and cover what happened in the 500. So we're looking forward to that. Tune into that. But this week, again, Daytona 500, beautiful weekend. It's the Super Bowl of NASCAR. You've got new teams in there, new guys and new rides. It's going to be an interesting year. It's going to be fun. More guys are involved. Sponsors are, and I hope viewership goes up. NASCAR, that's funny. All the viewership went down in all these sports, but NASCAR. So, and that's good for NASCAR because they were losing viewers for years. So the fact that they're able to keep them back with no Earnhardt name, no Gordon, we'll see how they do without a Jimmy Johnson. I mean, your most popular guy is Chase Elliott, and your biggest quote-unquote villain is Kyle Busch. So we'll see what happens. A lot of shit going on, a lot of new ownership. Jordan's in there with his team, him and Denny Hamlin's team with Bubba Wallace driving the 23. Looking forward to it. It'll be fun. So we got to get to our 500 picks. Bear, I believe you won the NASCAR championship last year for us, right? Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
So you are defending champ. So I guess who are you going to pick for the 500? Remember, one guy. You get one guy in through what, the first 26 races, and then we reset.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it's a good. I mean, this year you got some young guys coming in from Xfinity, the Cindrics of the world, the Chase Briscoes of the world. So that'll be pretty cool for this race.
Ross Chastain has a real ride.
Chastain
I like Ross Chastain, and like we said, we'll see how he does.
Yep. And I know we'll get into our picks here shortly and all that. But this week. So last year, I think I started with Bowman, and I've been going back and forth on that one all day. I shouldn't say all day, but for I've been thinking about it. Like, who do I want to pick? Who do I want to start off the season with? And last year I started with Bowman because I was thinking this is going to be his year. Like, I don't know why I felt Bowman was my sleeper. So this year, I'm not going to do that. This year, I'm going to go ahead and go with pretty much someone who I would not use normally. I'm going to try a different strategy and not try to pick a big name for Daytona or for any of these super speedways. There's a lot of races this year, road courses, and there's only like 2 or 3 good road course drivers, right? So you got to use Chase Elliott on a road course at some point. Oh, by the way, next week. So
Daytona.
Do you want to use Chase that early? What do you want to do? So this week, again, I'm going to go more of a guy who for whatever reason, and, kind of is in the back of the pack, but that's what you want to do when, you're racing at these sort of things. You let the big ones happen. You race around it. I almost won $600 on this dude last year, I think at Talladega. I'm going with Ty Dillon.
I knew it right when you said you saw me typing it.
I'm going to start off with Ty Dillon this year, man. I think that he can get a top 10 out of this race. He's just got to avoid the big one, and I think he will.
Who's he driving for? Because I know he drove the 23 in the Clash yesterday since Bubba Wallace wasn't able to.
I don't know. I mean, if he was, I figure he was. I don't think he moved teams.
Because I know he jumped into the 23 yesterday for the Clash, but I don't know who he's driving for. It could be the same.
It's still Germain Racing. He's still still number 13 in his own car. So yeah, he still will be racing.
Was he in the 13 last year?
Yep, he was in the 13 Geico car. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Well, I'm going with the same guy I picked last year. He finished second 2 years ago. He finished 38th for me last year, driving the 23. Big thing for NASCAR. Coming off the hot. He races well here. He races well on the super speedways. I'm going with Bubba Wallace. Going to be the driver. He is the driver of the 23. Maybe come out, give Jordan his first win in his first race in NASCAR. Jordan's a winner. What better way to start off in the biggest race of the year than winning the Daytona 500? See that old MJ in victory lane at NASCAR in his first fucking race. That'd be sweet. So give me Bubba Wallace. Cody.
Eric Almirola,
That's a great fucking pick.
Yeah, he's definitely a sleeper.
double A.
Woo! Double A.
A
Arn
double.
Anderson for Cody.
Arn
A
Anderson
double.
for Cody. ARICALMIROLA.
Eric Amarola going to give a spine buster to the field this week.
I love it. And the big thing is we got to now something you probably guys didn't prepare for. Bear, we got to give our top 4. Who's going to be in the chase and who's winning the cup?
I'm always prepared.
Okay.
So
All right, you can work backwards if you want.
First, as I'm going to say, I think that Bubba will be the sleeper this year, and I think he's going to sneak into the playoffs. It won't be top, but I think he's going to get in there.
I like
probably
that.
the 14th or 15th spot this year. I was actually talking to a guy at work about that, and he said the same thing. He's a Logano fan, but he's like, I don't know what it is. He goes, I just think Bubba's just going to have a good year, and he's going to make the playoffs. I was like, I agree with you. I think you're right. I think this will be big for his career, and if he sneaks into the playoffs this year, it should be a good career for him going forward. Let's see. So top 4. I'll go from 4 up. So I'm gonna go with let's see. We'll do Denny Hamlin. I think Denny Hamlin racing for Jordan this year. Give him good cars. Toyotas have been a hot car lately, so.
Denny is still racing for JGR though.
He's not with. I thought he was with Jordan.
He owns the team with Jordan.
He owns it with Jordan. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha. Okay, but they're still Toyota, right? They're both Toyota.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, gotcha. That's cool. That's fine. I'm still cool with that. I'm gonna go with. I think Kyle will get in this year. I think after last year's a letdown, but I'm gonna give him the 3rd spot there. I don't quite think that he'll win a championship this year, but I think he'll be back in there. Number 2, I'm gonna go with. Oh man, this is a tough one. I'm back and forth. I really don't think Chase is gonna win back to back, but the other half of me is saying he will. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna go. I like to go out on a limb. So give me Chase Elliott here as a 2 spot.
All right.
And then the other one, who I think I thought was going to be up there. Nope, you're wrong.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another new young gun this year. I think Ryan Blaney is gonna win
nice.
this year.
I like that.
He was close last year and had some bad luck late. And I hate it because I want to see Harvick in there. But I did this last year and Harvick made it up there. So yeah. I'm doing a little reverse on myself here.
So, Chase Elliott, I've got 4th. Defending champ's going to finish 4th. He's going to wreck out in the last race of the year. 3rd, Alex Bowman. I don't know why, and I have him as a sleeper to potentially win. So, actually, I'm going to slide him up. I'm going to actually slide him up to 2, and I'm going to bring my guy down. Kyle Busch is going to finish 3rd. I agree with you on 3rd. My winner, coming back, I got a feeling, man. I'm taking Kyle Larson to win the title. Another Hendrick car. He disqualified 10th.
3 Hendrick cars.
I know that was the hard part. 3 Hendrick cars. I'm like, man, but a lot of young guys. Very easy to do. Bowman's moving over to the 48, taking over for Jimmy. That's
I think
huge.
Bowman was tough not to put him. I wanted to put him in there over Hamlin. I just think Hamlin's going to do the same thing he did last year, win 6, 7, 8 races. He's just going to be there.
And the guy, my sleeper, like you said, Bubba Wallace, my sleeper for a top 5, wouldn't be shocked if he made the top 4. Almirola. You mentioned Almirola, tough driver. And I'm really riding, like I said, I'm thinking Larson, Bowman, 1, 2, really because Hendrick, man, he's got all the young cats now. It's all young guys, and the guy that's at the bottom of the barrel, unfortunately, Kyle Larson has the most to prove. Chase Elliott's trying to be, stay on top. As we know, getting to the top is tough. Staying on top is the harder thing to do.
Yeah.
And Bowman, he's moved to that 48, like we mentioned. That's huge. And then your other guy out, William Byron. I mean, right now he's on the pole, and William Byron he's on the pole for the 500. So it'll be interesting. Almirola just qualified 2nd, by the way, Cody. He could still get beat, which means it's all, he's got to stay in the top 2 to be on the top 2 to start. So Almirola, man, he's my sleeper. Cody Bryant.
Let's see. Number 4, I'm actually go with Eric Almirola. Number
I like
4. Blaney at 3. Bowman at 2.
I like it.
And Joey Logano taking it all.
Oh, God damn it.
Cody is the villain of the fucking show. So
God. Fuck Joey Logano.
Yeah, see, we're hoping for a Bowman and Blaney. What's going to happen is Bowman and Blaney are going to get there, and Cody's going to win the fucking title.
My hate for Logano runs about as deep as Dub's hate for Kyle Busch.
Oh, and
And Logano. I hope
I hate Logano
off this year.
And I'm with you. I hate Logano as much as you do, as much as our buddy hates Kyle Busch. And we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be interesting. A lot going on. Alex Bowman, by the way, William Byron's on the pole. Alex Bowman, I'm watching they're showing are you watching qualifying by chance?
I'm not, no.
So they're showing the distance on the track, where Byron would be. He is 3 car lengths ahead of him.
Oof.
Like Bowman is. He is flying in the 48. Absolutely. Yeah. Now he's 4 car lengths ahead. And he's coming around to take what would be the checker, like 5 car lengths. Dude, that's how much faster he is than the guy that's on the fucking pole. Like, that is nuts. But again, that's those Hendrick cars. Again, Chase is 9th right now. Kyle Larson's 13th. So we'll see how it goes in the how they race in the old duels, though. The duels are what, tomorrow or tonight when people listen to the show.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. All right. So done with NASCAR. Always a good time. You want to? So I know I saw that you had put a tweet out. What happened this past? I did not get to watch UFC. What happened with Overeem? He just got his ass handed to him.
Oh yeah, Overeem. Every time I get confidence back in Overeem, he gets knocked out. And this dude, I wish I could pronounce his name, Olaveshkik, whatever, the Russian. He absolutely just embarrassed Overeem. I mean, he was throwing just these dirty straight jabs that were connecting. He busted up his face so bad. I mean, Overeem looked like he got jumped by 3 dudes. Like, his face was so bloody. This dude absolutely just destroyed him. And he outpointed him right off the bat and got Overeem into one of those, just backing up. And then once he started backing up, it was over. He popped Overeem with a good one, and kind of dropped him, and Overeem got back up, got back into it, and then he hit him with like 3 more jabs. His face was so bloody, and then by the time he got his last big right in, Overeem's on the ground, and he just started pummeling him, and they stopped it. So it was a hell of a fight. I mean, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I usually enjoy watching Overeem get his ass whipped, but this time I think it was better than not. It was a good card. It was pretty much a good card all around. I actually got ESPN Plus, and I haven't watched UFC religiously in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years probably.
Yeah,
maybe. I'm getting back into it a little bit.
Same. I was never into it big, and I was never into it big until, like GSP or the Lesners were fighting. But now getting into it more too. I know Usman's fighting this week. A fight that was supposed to happen this whole past year, and each guy has pulled out a couple times. So see what happens. And that's 258, and then UFC 259. That's still the one I'm thinking of that I'm looking forward to. Adesanya and Yan on March 6th, and then March 27th we got the big one now. Ngannou and Stipe, the rematch. So that's going to be a good one too.
The next few cards are going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
But yeah, this Usman and Burns fight is going to be awesome. I expect Usman to probably knock him out. I think he'll finish the fight, whether it be knockout or submission, but I think it'll happen. Kelvin Gastelum is fighting on the card. He's at middleweight again, which I'm happy, and he stopped going to 170. So I'm happy he's fighting at middleweight, which is his weight that he can hit. Every time he cut for 170, it just seemed like he was always overweight. So I like seeing him fight at 180. It's a healthy 180. That Bobby Green, Jim Miller's on the card. I expect Bobby Green to take care of Jim Miller in this one. And then Macy Barber and Alexa Grasso. I don't know either of these ladies, so I'll be interested to see, interested to watch that if I end up buying this fight. We'll see. And then the other one is Maki Piloto and Julian Marquez, which again, don't know either of those either. Getting right back, getting into it again. So I'm gonna be learning a little bit more about UFC here again, but I'm gonna try to keep up with it this year and buy some more cards here with the ESPN Plus.
Yep, same. Usually I buy whole Brandon and the Shiv from the grown-ups. So as things happen, you might have to join us as well if you're out, and just because we just buy them anyway, so it saves some people some money sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna shorten our moments in time here. So Cody, I'll give you 2 minutes to rant on whatever you want to talk about.
All right, I say I don't have too much. You know what? I got a little bit. Can we please stop saying Tom Brady is the greatest athlete ever of all time? Next person I hear say that, I'm slapping the shit out of you. All right.
I'm saying he's the GOAT in the NFL. I don't ever say athlete.
He's saying
definitely
not athlete.
Yeah, not athlete. People saying
People are
athlete
saying
because that's false.
People are saying he's one of the greatest athletes ever in
Oh,
sports
no.
because he won 7 Super Bowls.
No.
For one, he's a quarterback. You might be able to say he's the greatest quarterback, maybe, but you don't stop confusing success with actual greatness. All right, people? Yes, he won 7 Super Bowls. Okay, fine. But he is not the greatest athlete ever. Remember, he couldn't beat out a baseball player at that split time playing baseball and football in college, and he wasn't drafted in the first 3 rounds in the professionals. All right.
Don't
So
forget, it was
stop with that
first.
nonsense.
He wasn't even drafted in the first 5 rounds.
Exactly. So no, Tom Brady is not the greatest athlete ever. All right. Michael Jordan's still alive. Serena Williams is still alive. There's a couple UFC dudes running around here, and let's see who else still alive. Well, we had Muhammad Ali. All right. Stop forgetting about actual people that fight with their hands and people that actually, play sports or not team sports, but play sports by themselves. All right. Tom Brady ain't out there playing defense.
Did LeBron die?
No, LeBron's still alive too.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Man, he be all right. His little passive aggressive ass. He gonna be whining about that in a minute soon. And another thing, LeBron, shut up and sit down somewhere. You don't have to be involved in every goddamn thing. That's why
Just last week you loved him, man.
I didn't say I loved him. I said I was
You
coming
said
back
you were
home.
going back home. Would you fucking leave home again already? Did you rent out an Airbnb? Did you go to the East Coast? Did you fucking leave LA already?
I said I was rocking with him. I didn't say I loved him. I said I could rock with him because he cut some idiot out on the sideline. But this whole got to be on Twitter, I got to be involved in everything. Man, go sit down, man. That's why you don't have no friends.
Well, and I'll jump in from there. I'll give myself a minute and a half because, man, stop hating on LeBron. But I'll let.
He's that dude that want to be everybody's friend, trying to be cool because I'm involved in everything.
You're taking up my time in this moment in time. Brought to you by Wes Anderson.
That jumps in every damn
motherfucker, you're still taking my time. I got a minute left now. You know what? Fuck Cody Bryant. That's what I'm going to rant about for a minute. Cody Bryant, the most overrated podcaster in podcasting history. Talk about you want to do that. Fuck you, Cody Bryant. No, I love him. He's a good guy. He brings a lot of knowledge to this podcast, unlike a parrot who doesn't show up to the show. Yeah, fuck you, parrot. But no, Daytona 500 again. I'm going to go back to that. Kyle Larson has the most to prove here after his comments last year for his saying something he should never have said as a fucking Japanese American, should know better as a minority. And just keep your mouth shut, keep your head high, get some sponsors that are not Hendrick related, because his two of his 4 primary sponsors are Hendrick related, Nations Guard and HendrickCars.com. So you got a lot to prove. Continue to do your thing. Keep your fucking head down, your mouth shut, and just win some fucking races, man. And I hope the same for Bubba Wallace. It's big for NASCAR if Bubba can win. So I'm hoping he can with Jordan.
Jordan can't even win in the sport that he knows.
Yeah, I mean, it's another disappointing, depressing time this year. Football's over until late August, when we get college back again. We don't even get good NFL offseason stuff here, at least for another month, which is disappointing. No combine, nothing along those lines. But it's one of those things of, I love NFL off seasons and all this stuff, but for the love of God, can we stop with the rumor mill bullshit that we have to go through every single year? I mean, now it's Russell Wilson. He gets hit too much at Seattle, so he wants to leave. The team that gave him the chance and made him who he is, and he's bitching about getting hit too much. I mean, come on, man. Russell, you're good, man. You're a winner. But the Legion of Boom won you the Super Bowl. You know that. Everybody knows that. And, well, it could have been 2 if your coach just ran it on the 1 yard line.
with fucking Marshawn Lynch.
With at the time the best running back in the NFL, by the way. Some dude who's 6'2", 260 of just pure raw beast mode. But it is what it is. But now it's all back to Russell Wilson going to go to Dallas and play there now. They become the favorites to get it. Every single year it's got to be this. It's almost as bad as Cody Bryant saying Matt Stafford's going to play for Dallas, which we saw that worked out real well. So yeah, this NFL offseason stuff, man, I don't want to hear the rumors. Let's just get to the facts. Let's see what it is. Let's get Deshaun Watson out of Houston. Let's pay Dak his money. Let's let all be happy, have a great draft, and get to this next season nice and healthy, get into football. But for everyone who's not a football fan, go out and enjoy something else. Watch something different. Australian Open tennis is on. Stay up a little bit later. Watch that. Watch some NASCAR. Watch a little bit more NBA. Don't watch baseball because it's going to be boring as shit. But anything else, go ahead and watch, man, and enjoy the off season of the football, and let's get ready for August again.
Because I shorted myself 30 seconds. I just wanted to bring a comment up because I forgot about this, and I think it plays into when we talk about diversity in sports and everything else. Something I never knew, and maybe you guys did, maybe Cody did, I did not. Did you guys know that Jackie Robinson had an older brother named Matthew Robinson who won a silver medal in the men's 200-meter at the 1936 Summer Olympics in Berlin, finishing just 0.4 seconds behind Jesse Owens? I had no idea.
No, I didn't know that either. That's cool.
Cody, did you know that?
Nope.
That's fucking cool. That's cool history. I love it. And speaking of history, we got to go back on this day, February 11th, 1990, 31 years ago. Huge upset. Buster Douglas beats Mike Tyson in the 10th round of their boxing match to win the heavyweight boxing title. We're talking about Buster Douglas today. Buster Douglas, and I know we're giving ourselves 6 minutes, but probably ain't going to need 6 minutes to talk about him. Just real quick, he is 60 years old. I thought he was like 100 by this point. 60 years old. He was born in Columbus. Got a birthday. He'll be 61 this year. Fought 46 fights, 38-6. I know it's a huge upset, but 38-6 sounds like a pretty damn good record in boxing. Am I wrong here?
No, not at all. I mean, Buster Douglas did not have a bad boxing career. So yeah, while everyone was all on the Tyson train, everybody doesn't realize what he did. And oh, by the way, he did lose his next fight, but it was to
Evander
Holyfield. I mean, why? Yeah. He lost to another great champion in the sport of boxing. So you can't hate on Buster Douglas and what he did. But unfortunately, the poor guy is going to be known as the quote unquote, one hit wonder who knocked out Mike Tyson. But I mean, he put together a hell of a career.
Yeah. When you look back at this, man, he did have a great career. Unbelievable.
Cody's 100 years old. What the hell is Swain Hall?
I have no idea who that is.
He beat Jesse Clark at Swain Hall in Toledo in 1981.
Swain Hall in Toledo? I have no idea.
Would have been like 21 by then. So
that might be something that's probably used to sit up and they probably torn it down.
It's gotta be
at this point.
In 1981, eh?
1981, Swain Hall, Toledo. He beat.
I met Swain Field. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be the old where the Mudhens played. No, the rec center.
The Ned.
I bet you the Ned. I bet you because it says Swain Field Shopping Center was a minor league baseball park in Toledo. It was home of the Mudhens in 1909 until 1955. So actually, no, it wasn't.
Oh no, that wasn't the Ned. No, that's even before. Yeah.
Where was this at? And we're learning a little bit about Toledo history.
Yeah, no, that's what I kind of want to know. Yeah, I see Swain Field, but
Yeah, where's Swain Hall? I'm going to have to ask him.
It's got to be.
Can we phone a friend? It's got to be the same thing. Major league exhibitions were played there, amateur games. Swain also hosted football games, golf exhibitions, shows, non-baseball entertainment.
No, that would be non-baseball entertainment.
Where was it, though? I want to know where it is.
That's interesting. I saw that in his.
Oh yeah, Buster Douglas is like the
Hank Aaron
Karl
played there
Malone
also.
or John Stockton of boxing, man. I mean,
Well, he
when
did
he
win
had
a
his
title,
run, yeah. But I mean, when he had his run, though, I mean, this was the rise of Tyson, the rise of Holyfield. Riddick Bowe was starting to come around. You know, he was starting his ascension. You know, Lennox Lewis was still a young dude out here trying to make a name for himself. I mean, the early '90s, man, the early '90s, heavyweight boxing was stacked. I mean, boxing itself was stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean, to say that Buster Douglas was a one-hit wonder is insane. And for somebody to say that, if anybody says that around me, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
It looks like, by the way, that this Swain Field is a shopping center now, off of in between Monroe and Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, by the Sherman Williams.
Yeah, they said after they tore it down, they built at the time was the biggest Kroger in the country on that spot. Isn't that interesting?
That is nuts. So it's just by the Department of Job and Family Services over there.
Yeah, learn something new every day. But I still don't know what Swain Hall. There must have been something there.
It had to have been there. It had to have been a hall. Kind of like similar to the rec center, Ned Skelton Stadium. They got the rec center right there.
Yep.
Had to be something like that too. But yeah, Buster Douglas, to kind of wrap him up, I know we were doing a quick once over. He's the only one I don't know if you knew this. He's one of the few non-students to be honored by Ohio State with the opportunity to dot the I.
Really?
Script Ohio. Yeah. Pretty interesting. I'm intrigued by all of this. So Douglas versus Holyfield was a reported $24.6 million payday for Douglas. Now I want you to go back to that. $24.6 million
in 1990.
How fucking nuts is that? But then
someone paid me that money, I'd get knocked out by Evander Holyfield too.
Yeah, in 3 rounds. And then he gained weight, got up to 400 pounds. And it was only after he nearly died that he decided to attempt to return to the sport. When training, did a comeback, successful at first, won 6 straight, and then had a disqualification win over Louis Monaco. Monaco landed a right hand just after the bell, ending that round 1. That knocked Douglas to the canvas, and he was unable to continue after a 5-minute rest period. Oh, man. He was supposed to fight Roy Jones Jr. in the late 90s. Never happened. So, like we said, 38.
Probably good that didn't.
Yeah, he would have probably been killed.
And he was in WWF too.
Oh yeah.
So guest referee between Hogan and Macho. Yep, because Tyson was supposed to have it.
Yeah. Yeah, and to think like Buster Douglas won that title, about 3 weeks after his mom passed away. Like he didn't even want to fight the Tyson fight.
That's crazy. And I don't know if Jeremy. I was going to tell you guys, I don't know if Jeremy's on for trivia. So we might not have trivia on this show.
He's not awake?
Oh, man. Who knows? But that's okay. We don't have trivia this week. That's fine. We always have we can always have fun trivia questions for random shit.
He might be in a state of say he might be in a state of depression still since Steph didn't take the last shot against the Spurs.
Oh, dude, what the hell was that?
Draymond taking it from
with 9 seconds left.
Yeah,
that was the worst thing
I was gonna get fouled. Yeah, like talking about I thought I was getting fouled. Man, ain't nobody fouling your ass.
Not at half court.
Especially not behind the 3-point line, right?
Oh God, that's just the state of the NBA though. Just I'm gonna try draw foul. I'm gonna try draw foul. It's like, oh my goodness.
So it happens, man. So it does not look like we will have anything this week from Jeremy, which is okay. Any final thoughts you guys got?
No, like I said, just everyone needs to enjoy the other sports that are out there besides football. Football will be here before you know it, but enjoy getting through the summer and all the sports that aren't baseball.
Shout out to Kevin Garnett for actually telling the truth and not being a crotchety old man about a lot of these illusions with these old players with delusions of grandeur, thinking they could play in today's NBA. No, you cannot play in today's NBA.
Yeah,
He
shout out
said
to
that,
him. That was big.
said a lot of the young dudes right now, a lot of the old guys, they couldn't do it. He said if they trained and came up that same way, then maybe they have a chance. But he said the game is a lot faster right now and it's different. And that's coming from Kevin Garnett, honestly, the one that started all of this. He was one of the first 7-footers to play facing the basket and shooting jump shots.
Mm-hmm.
Before Kevin Garnett, nobody was doing that. So from one of the very first athletic big men, that should let you people know something. And he's got enough to tie it all together because he played with all those guys from that last era.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, kiddies. Do some homework. Look up some Kevin Garnett, Minnesota Timberwolves footage.
Anything is possible.
And watch how he abused Tim Duncan for years in Minnesota. He just didn't have enough guard. He didn't have enough around him to beat the Spurs.
It's all right, man. He won one. He got one.
Whatever. He didn't win it where he was supposed to.
Yeah, he did. He won it where he was supposed to. Won one for the Celtics. But hey, let's wrap this shit up. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, Crandall's Quality Landscaping, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com. Sorry, Sparty Steve, we did not get you on the show. Congratulations to Alex Bowman on the poll award tonight, Bush Poll Award. He's on the poll, and his teammate, William Byron, will start second. Watch the duels tonight to find out where everybody else starts in a 500. And boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
I'm going to go with Chase and Larson to win the duels. So top 4 will be Hendrick.
Usain Bolt, Wayne Gretzky, Simone Biles, they still alive too. Go sit down, Tom. Eat an avocado.